This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 24, verse 10, and it reads, "The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in." First and foremost, as always, in ancient Hebrew, we give all praises, glory, and infinite honor to my power, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom is the God of the living, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barach, Kodash. We just all praise to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, in the name of His only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, and the Holy Spirit, who is our strength and our Redeemer, and our light and our salvation. In the same tongue, in ancient Hebrew, I'm going to go to Adamashana, Kabawadim Lahasaquanium Shal, Gadabarakab, which is double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone on down, and shalom on salutations to Bayashadawada, the house of David. It's your fellow servant Malak Rayab, back at it again. Another prophetic update due to the infrastructure of Esau's foundations being torn down by way of riches gotten by deceit in Sirach, the 10th chapter. Okay, through his logistics being compromised, on behalf of his freight. All right, and other omens of scarcity within the necessities and resources that people rely on in America that are being compromised. Okay, really all done by design by the Heavenly Father, the man of war, are using the sword in his left hand side to pull a plug on this place. All right, for this place being this world, okay, being given to the hands of the wicked, and America, Babylon, great, the hammer of the earth of this wicked world being used, to keep the wicked covering cast of the entire earth through the distractions and whatnot, as far as what Esau is planning and conspiring to do behind closed doors. All right, but it's all being brought to the light, like how I said, everything that everything that was in the dark was to be brought to the light. Roughly paraphrasing what it says in St. Luke the 12th chapter. So we're going to continue to hear about these incidents of the poly crisis through these these random, quote unquote, random train derailments, these oil refineries mysteriously catching on fire, quote unquote. All right. More of these bridges, quote unquote, mysteriously collapsing. All right. More of these airports and bridges, being compromised by protests and, and so forth. All right. Because this is all leading to the mark of the beast. All right, the justification of this devil to shut down his current monetary system and bring forth a solution through his Hegelian dialectic. All right, so this is the first article, all right, that that I actually came across from the brother Samaki Asharala, which I'm gonna leave a link to the brother's channel in the description box, post production. All right, so some information we bring out similar to the report here. We filter everything to biblical prophecy, out and righteous out to be further edifying and exhorting to elect. So it's on the Seattle Times, and it says 46 people arrested in pro-Palestinian protests at SeaTac Airport. It says police arrested 46 people accused of blocking the expressway leading to Seattle Tacoma International Airport for 3 hours Monday afternoon as part of a nationwide day of protests calling for an end to the Israel-Hamas war. A blockade of cars and dozens of pro-Palestinian demonstrators, including some who lay across the road with their arms locked together using tubes in a formation called Sleeping Dragon, and brought traffic to a standstill at the peak of rush hour. Travelers got out of the cars and walked around the group toward the terminal, pulling luggage behind them. All right, so no longer is this blocking traffic, is blocking, transportation of logistics, okay, that of goods and services that we rely on in these marketplaces and whatnot, and transportation, outside of, outside of the areas of these particular areas, in this case, Seattle, into other areas. Okay, blocking pivotal transportation plans and whatnot. Okay, so a lot of these people, a lot of these people could be mercenaries, including the likes of which have been crossing the border. All right, on behalf of these various nations that Esau's permitted. All right, because this is all orchestrated ultimately by the man of war, Abanaw Yahweh. Okay, to further stir up strife, contention. All right, and ultimately bring about these end time plagues, these famine, pestilence, and so forth. So jumping down here, it says pro-Palestinian demonstrators blocked roadways in Illinois, California, New York, and Oregon on Monday, temporarily shutting down travel into Chicago O'Hare International Airport, onto the Golden Gate and Brooklyn bridges, and on Interstate 5 in Eugene. Police made numerous arrests in each demonstration. All right. So it says since October, protesters have taken to the streets nearly every week in the Seattle area, calling for an end to the war and to the U.S. aid to Israel. All right, which has already been confirmed that our taxpaying dollars have been funding the carnality, on behalf of Amalek down there in the Holy Land. All right, so everything that's happening in regards to these various reports of you know bridges, airports, you know docking ports, and so forth. Okay, oil refineries and such on behalf of the polycrisis reports are leading into the implementation of Mark of the Beast. Okay, so and that's that darkness. Okay, that's going to ensue in America, Babylon the Great. So I'm going to play a little bit of this clip here by this guy. Actually, give me 1 second. Well, actually, it was a clip. It was a clip I was going to play from Patrick Humphreys. They reported on yesterday as the so-called breaking news or breaking emergency news, but it wasn't actually an emergency. All right, because it actually came out. I mean, it wasn't breaking news as a recent breaking news for the fact that the report that he had mentioned as emergency breaking news was on behalf of this report here where it says weather service radar warning systems fail during severe storm outbreak. All right. So basically the National Weather Service radar systems, has simultaneously, been disrupted. So we already know that this devil plays with a harp and so forth, which as of recently, Lisa Haven was actually speaking about this, which I'm gonna leave a link to her to that video that she's recently did as well. For exposing Esau's satanic devices in terms of controlling, manipulating the weather patterns and so forth. So we already know about the harp and so forth. Also tying into Esau's green agenda. All right, to essentially blame everything, blame all the blame this world collapsing through the various facets of life on people and climate change and whatnot. So we're not ignorant devil's devices. We understand how you're looking to utilize these opportunities to bring forth your satanic new world order agenda. So this report is no exception. Which I'm gonna bring out a little bit of this information, which it says a network outage knocked out National Weather Service radar systems and many forecast offices capability to issue tornado and severe thunderstorm alerts early Tuesday as dangerous weather moved across the Midwest. All right, so you got that situation taking place. Now, I'm going to hit the Twitter feed real quick, get some information on that. So you see here, raw alerts reported on it. And there was some comments from some reprobates, concerning this National Weather Service radar report simultaneously going down on behalf of them. The National Weather Service radar systems, nationwide. So I'm going to bring out some information on that. Just to further confirm how asleep these people are and how much they love sleep, like it says in Proverbs, I believe it's in Proverbs 20:13, which says, "Love not sleep, lest thou end up in poverty." All right. So in a carnal, not only in the carnal sense, people are going to be impoverished, okay, for overshadowing and overlooking these end time prophecies, but they're going to be in spiritual poverty. You're going to be stricken. You're going to be, they're going to be distressed, like it says in St. Luke 21. All right. They're going to be plotting on their so-called fellow neighbors. All right. Out of faithlessness to the Lord providing for them, and because they're going to know. All right, they're going to be the demons within these people is going to further manifest, confirming the fact that they were never faithful within the word of Yahweh by Shem Shai. And this is why the majority of people that compass us within the highways and hedges, okay, compass us blind like we're not even standing there, okay, because these people are in a spiritual slumber. They're spiritually impoverished. So just go ahead and play, to bring out a few, comments. Just to further substantiate the fact that, the majority of these people are not going to make it. The majority of these people are asleep, and they love sleep because they love the spirit of Egypt. All right. So it says, this individual said here, first the bridge, then the barges, now the radar, something big is coming. All right. And he had a point. This is someone who's paying attention, whether he's a Jake or not. And so, so here are the comments. All right. Here's another. This first clown said, this aged terribly, clown emoji, like this is a joke. All right. Says this woman said barges commonly break away during storms. You know, she's a woman, so that's not surprising at all. So, you know, you got that situation. You know, you got her comments anyway on the situation. You know, further confirming these people asleep. All right, so it says somebody said, "Oh my God, we actually have to deal with the weather in real time. Oh no, what a tragedy!" So they're being facetious. All right, like, you know, once again, like it's a joke. This individual said, Red Beard said, and hear me out, the media loves to scare people, so they report every bad thing that happens, and people whose paranoia is being controlled by the media, you know, get paranoid because they're being controlled by the media. Advise, put your phone down. Trust me, I am doctor. So of course they're being facetious and, you know, and dismissive. But case in point, you know, one of the top satanic councils of the wicked elite, Edomites of this Edomite hegemony, admitted, confirmed the suspicions of this guy Randy. Okay, and you just see him on the screen here on behalf of Klaus Schwab. So I'm going to play this clip here. You know, of his so-called warning of a comprehensive cyber attack, because you know they could very well, you know, this whole situation with the whole national weather radar systems simultaneously going down nationwide in Babylon the Great, along with these other reports, you know, that have, you know, taken place recently. As we all know, the Baltimore Bridge situation, and how the FBI is opening up a report on that Patrick Humphreys reported on. And you got this situation here that took place recently on MSN, report on MSN.com, which says Pittsburgh's Ohio River turmoil, emergency measures as 26 barges break loose, leading to bridge shutdowns. And barge is basically like a boat carrying freight, you know. So that situation took place, and this is what that guy Randy on Twitter was commenting on. All right, you know, because certain people pay attention, and they're not docile and you know, folly ridden. You know, they actually consider, you know, what is taking place in association with, you know, the conspiracies on behalf of the wicked elite to collapse this place, and to be justified in collapsing this place, and make it seem, and by making it seem that, you know, everything, you know, that you know, everything happening leading up to the New World Order, the Satanic New World Order agenda, just mysteriously happened. You know, and this is how they're going to be able to, you know, play the hero. But certainly, you know, people are becoming more privy to the satanic devices of you devils. All right, so you had this situation take place with the 26 barges in Pittsburgh, the Ohio River, breaking loose. All right, due to a storm. You know, that several people on Twitter were mocking. And of course, you had the Baltimore situation. You had a situation down there in Ohio. Report on 19 News. Spontaneous combustion caused a massive fire underneath Valley View Bridge. All right. Shortly after the situation in Baltimore, you know, with the Francis Scott Key Bridge collapsing, man. You know, so these things are not simultaneously happening for no reason. And you had the situation in New York. Massive container ship loses power near NYC's Verrazano Bridge days after Baltimore Key Bridge disaster. You see that? Days after that situation, right around the situation of this Ohio, the so-called spontaneous combustion situation causing a massive fire underneath the Valley View Bridge in Ohio. All right. Then, of course, you know, you had this situation with the Oklahoma Bridge. Okay, barge strike. You see that? Another barge strike, similar to the barge situation or incident that happened in Pennsylvania. So it's clear that these things are happening simultaneously for a reason, and the reason is spiritual. The reason is that darkness is coming to this place. Okay, in the face of famine, pestilence, so forth. Okay, by way of the Lord making precious and reliable resources scarce. All right, through these strange calamities. All right, so I'm going to play this clip by Klaus Schwab.
Hospitals pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole. The COVID-19 crisis would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack.
No, because that pestilence you just spoke about was just another precursor to what they were planning. It was nothing but social engineering, conditioning.
Pay insufficient.
So you mentioned a comprehensive cyber attack, man. Okay, they're gonna blame on Iran, the BRICS nations, mainly Iran. That's why that movie, that production on Netflix, Leave the World Behind. Pictured it showed Chinese balloons, okay, and which actually took place in reality about a year ago. And I forget the state that the so-called Chinese balloon appeared in that Moab had denied, but biblical nationality for China, the Chinese. But this is all biblical prophecy taking place before our very eyes. So this is Revelation 18, and I'm gonna start from the top. It says, "And after these things, the son of the angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cave of every unclean and hateful bird." And I jump down to the point in verse 12. All right, because America is that sinful kingdom. Okay, and this is why this place is being visited with the plagues of the Lord. All right, including these strange calamities to lead into the destruction and collapse of this place. Revelation 18:12 says, "And merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all cyan wood and all manner vessels of ivory and all manner vessels of most precious wood and of brass and iron and marble, and cinnamon and odors and ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves," for we are the slaves of the wicked elite due to social security tax. Okay, the result in the social security numbers, which essentially are barcodes to the wicked elite. All right. That's why you just had, the deadline of filing taxes on Monday, further confirming that we're slaves to these devils, further identifying you as the devil the Bible speaks of, you Edomites, you self-proclaimed white or Caucasians. So it says, "And slaves and souls of men, and the fruits that thy soul lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all, because of your foundations being shut down, okay, through your logistics, okay, through these collapsed bridges, okay, whether you've contributed to the orchestration of that or not, Yahweh Bashim Shah is behind it, okay. So within the scarcity of resources, they're going to bring chaos, okay, on civil unrest, okay, and which I'm going to get. And before I go and get that, I'm going to break down the word for merchandise in the Greek in a blue letter. So this is the Greek word for merchandise, which is gomos. It means a lading of or freight of a ship, cargo, merchandise conveyed in a ship, any merchandise, mainly a freight of a ship, cargo conveyed in a ship. So is it a coincidence? This most recent situation took place, reported, regarding the 26 barges breaking loose in Pittsburgh, okay, where a similar situation that took place in Oklahoma, okay, right after the Pesach, okay, and about a week after the Pesach, they reported this National Weather Service radar MSN, but it didn't really go. This report really wasn't reported nationwide like that. Cause I barely found out about this yesterday, and then within Esau's mainstream media, they try to make it seem like it was breaking news, like which most likely why Patrick Humphrey, believed it was a breaking news, but come to find out, this is at least a 2-week old report. Okay. Further confirm these devils are they don't want people to know what they're doing, but Yahweh by Shem Shah by Shem Kakadashi further exposing you devils. Okay. Just like it said here, defining merchandise, going into the Greek word for merchandise anyway, in the Greek, gomos, okay, defined as what? A lading of freight of a ship. Okay. Freight, dealing with logistics and how we get our goods and services, man. So once that's compromised, that's going to further, speed up and catapult this famine. Okay. It lines up this prophecy here, 2nd Ezra 15, start at verse 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able." Like Klaus Schwab mentioned, the effects of a comprehensive cyber attack will shut down all means of transportation. Okay, it's not a coincidence that National Weather Service radar report of interruption of the National Weather Service radar situation that took place. Okay, further hinting at a potential cyber attack. Okay, coming not too long after, there's a particular mobile phone company, which I can't remember the name of the company, but it might have been AT&T or Cricket, one of them. But certain people that had service with those particular companies were not able to make calls and use the internet. I actually ran into someone at Home Depot, an employee at Home Depot who experienced that. So these things are happening, man. There's a reason why these things are happening, because it's all biblically prophesied, okay, leading to the destruction of Esau's empire, the devil, okay. So this is verse 18. "For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the house shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy the house with a sword, and spoil their goods because of lack of bread, and for a great tribulation." Like Yahushua, like the word of Yahweh Shemeshah said in the book of Isaiah, "Have we break the staff of bread?" Okay, so mainly this is going to affect Jake, because Jake loves to eat, right? And Jake is most docile and gullible and impressionable people on the earth due to the curses, due to the minds being smitten with madness in Deuteronomy 28 and 28. So our people are going to be, the majority of the victims of the dead bodies that will lie in the streets of Egypt, like it says in Revelation 11 chapter, including women. All right. So I'm going to jump over to 2nd Esdras 16. And let me see, I'm going to start here. I'm going to start at verse 26. "The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men." All right, so the farming industry is going to be further affected. Okay, no more tilling the ground, man. Okay. All right, and on that note, Esau's already taxing people for farming anyway. So, so how profitable? So how less profitable is farming going to be in the midst of a economic collapse? All right. So verse 27 says, "So that one man shall desire to see another, and to hear his voice." Okay, people are going to be dying out here by way of these plagues, these end time plagues, through famine, through pestilence. All right. The plague of the sword, in the midst of civil unrest, civil war, going to 2nd Ezra 15 and 16, spoke about the sedition among men, invading another with swords, firearms and so forth. Okay, and that's what these squatters is further symbolic of. Okay, these protesters is further symbolic of. Whether the majority of them are mercenaries or not, this first symbolic of end time prophecy taking place. Okay, on how the likes of which is going to lead to death. Okay, verse 28, "For of the city there shall be 10 men left, and 2 of the field which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks." All right, jumping down to verse 31, "Even so in those days there shall be 3 or 4 left by them that search their houses with a sword. And the earth shall be laid waste, and the fields thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel therethrough. Their virgins," and as it says in Jeremiah 49 or 50, says, no one shall pass by. This is 49 chapter. It says, no man shall pass by Babylon again. They should, while they hiss at her plagues, hissing at Edom, modern day Babylon. Okay, prophesied in Joel 3 and 19 as a modern day Egyptian empire, Edom. Okay, modern day Edomite empire, as the elder apostle Ramla further, spoke about in this lesson a few hours ago, is that Edom is modern day America, is modern day, the modern day Egyptian empire, and the Edomites still exist to be destroyed for destroying the earth, like it says in Revelation 11 and 18 and so forth. All right. So it says in verse 33 here, in 2nd Ezra 16, "The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. Their daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine." This is what's going to happen. as a further effect of everything happening with the infrastructural integrity being compromised in America, Babylon the Great. All right, through all these reports of the polycrisis continuing from the so-called proclaimed year of the polycrisis in 2023. Okay, so this is the real reason why these things are happening. The gearing up of the destruction of the satanic empire, America, Babylon the Great, through that internal judgment. Okay, because the Lord is playing chess with Esau when it comes to the destruction of America before he brings the ultimate destruction upon you through the greatest of all plagues, that great millstone, in the midst of this last world's war. On behalf of the Lamb, the Allahayim, okay, by Yashadawada. Simultaneously, on behalf of the heathen nation, they'll shoot their ICBM missile warheads on you devils. Okay, so there's going to be nowhere for you to run. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and end this off in the book of Psalm 37. Psalm 37 and 25. And it reads, I have been young and now am old, yet have I not seen a righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. So, like it says in Isaiah 65 and 13, and similar precepts, the Lord's going to vouch for his, man, the elect, those whose names are written in the book of life, the book of Daniel, the 12th chapter, and so forth, all right, to be guarded under his pavilion, like it says in Psalm 31, okay, his strong tower. Do I measure faith through his name? I don't reconcile myself, included his hopeful elect, in the midst of trouble, Jacob's trouble, okay, a time of civil unrest, a martial law, and so forth, okay, where there's going to be people starving to death, people getting put to death for a scarcity of resources, including food, okay, and the fear of starving to death, all right, verse 26, he is ever merciful, lendeth, and his seed is blessed. Depart from evil and do good and dwell forevermore. For the Lord Yahweh by Shemeshai loveth judgment and forsaken not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. So you devils have no chance. You might as well live it up now, like it says in Lamentations 4 and 22. All you Karens, all you Edomites, or the Edomite that put that, I believe it was an old Eve Uber driver to death for supposedly thinking that she was a trespasser, and the rest of all you Edomites, okay, living in your empire and enjoying the fruits of your empire, which are unfruitful, unfruitful works of darkness, okay, percent in Galatians the 5th chapter. But you can enjoy your empire right now because you're gonna have absolutely no chance, okay, in the midst of trouble, okay. When Yahweh Shemeshai finally allows these devils to collapse the economy, suspend the constitution, rendering a lawless society, okay, you're gonna have no chance. So you have no chance at salvation. That is, okay. You may survive momentarily, carnally through your weapons and so forth, your bug out bags, but you're gonna get put to death, okay. And you upper echelon Edomites, okay, you bankers, you international crime banking families, you're gonna survive to further fulfill prophecy in the midst of this last world's war, okay, to be the first fruits of slavery under Hamashiach Habashai. This is prophesied in Psalm 149 chapter. So I'm going to end it off on a note. Pray this lesson was for the edifying, exhorting to your elect, and give all praises, glory, infinite honor to my power, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who was the God of the living, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Barach, Kodash, for blessing me the spirit to do another lesson. And with that, I'm going to walk to the wicked. Shalom to the elect, and on to the next one.